Hey guys, happy Friday. Today's Freshman Friday is going to be really quick, not a lot to say. It's about midterms and tests, so like regular test year class. Later we'll talk about finals and it'll be a longer video, I promise, but this one's just gonna be really quick. I have 3 main points with a little bit of info after them. The first one is take midterms and regular tests seriously. They are important even if like your final is 50% of your grade. Like, the other 50% of your grade still is like classwork and midterm and regular tests, and you have to take that seriously because if you don't, it'll screw you over in the end. So just remember that they're as important as the final, even if they're not worth as much, because you want to pass everything. Make sure that you study really hard. I know, like, for me, I didn't really ever study for tests in high school. It was just not something I ever had to do. I just was able to take tests and not worry about it. Like, I would read my notes and that'd be it. But you really do need to study. College is obviously a lot harder than high school, and so I just have 3 little tips for taking notes and studying before a test. Use flashcards. Flashcards are the best thing ever. I like had a ton of them. Me and my friends would like make them for every single test we had and like go crazy. I took a Broadway musicals class last semester, and me and my friend Elise like hammered through these note cards. Like, she would make them that had every little piece of information we had, and we would go through them like until we could get through it 3 times in a row memorized. It's intense. Like, if you can do flashcard stuff for like the stuff that's on your test, I know like some tests are kind of harder to do that, but if it's a test that you can do that, do it, because it's so helpful. I can't even like emphasize enough how helpful that was for me on vocab tests, and then tests where you have to know a lot of facts about specific things. Like history stuff, I didn't take any history classes this year, but do note card specs. Like, you can put like an event or a war or something, and then put like quick like bullets, and then memorize those bullets, and so then you'll know like, oh, okay, that's that, and it helps so much. Color code your notes. I know people think this is really annoying. Some people do, and some people are like OCD and like have to do it. It's really helpful, especially like if a teacher says something that's like, hey, this is going to be super important, or this is something that we tested on, because sometimes they will. Sometimes they won't, but sometimes they will. You can highlight the crap out of that, and then I tend to take notes. I section my notes. So like as I go, if we switch topics, I'll change colors so I can make sure I can find it easier. That's just something that helps me a lot in taking notes. Maybe I'll do another video on like note taking stuff, and I'll show you some of my notebooks because it really does help. And then my 3rd tip for studying is work with your classmates, make friends, because sometimes if you're studying something and you think you're super right on something, they can be like, well, wait, I thought he said this, I thought the professor was talking about this and they did that, and you guys can go back together and try and work it out before one of you gets it wrong because you were stubborn in your idea. So yeah, find a classmate to work with. I tend to find a friend in every class that I can study with, just because I know I'm going to need help. Usually it's Elise, because we take a lot of the same classes that have like tests that you need to study for. But it helps because we both know how each other studies now, and so we just can go back and forth and be like, okay, you need to do this, you need to do this, and we get it done. And we pass our tests. We've been doing, this system worked really well for us. We were both getting A's on all the tests that we like took together, except for musicals. But like in our theater class, like we would quiz each other, and we got 100% on our first test. Like, or no, we got 100% on our final last semester. The first semester. Like, because we were like totally like hammering each other, like, you have to freaking do this right. And we got it, and we aced a test because of it. So do it, it helps. And then my last tip is don't panic. Tests, I don't know, this is how I feel about tests. Yes, they're difficult. Yes, they are important, so it's kind of scary. But if you've been paying attention in class, you can do it, so you shouldn't be worrying. So just make sure, you stay calm, you get good enough sleep the night before, you eat the meal before the test, whether it's breakfast or lunch, because you're just going to need to be ready to go and focused and calm, not like insanely like, oh my god, I'm going to fail this. Because I've gotten into tests like that before, and I have failed it because I was like that. So if you don't psych yourself out, you're going to do a lot better. So yeah, that is Freshman Friday number 4. Next week, I decided I'm going to jump ahead a few weeks because I was going to wait till later in the summer to do this, but I'm going to jump ahead, and week 5 is going to be Greek life because I want to do a fun one next week because I'm working all week next week and I want to do something fun. So yeah, we are going to talk about Greek life next week, and it's going to be really awesome. So I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!